Hello my dear friends, happy to be with you, especially on the last Sunday of the year for the church where we celebrate Christ the King Sunday. It's a very important day, and also it is a great feast for everyone who is really celebrating the feast of the King. Of course, in the world there are so many countries where the birthday of King is celebrated very high, especially in Holland or in England, Spain and so on. Which means people are very much interested to see the King, and the King is a symbol of unity, and the King can bring people together and so on. But when we celebrate the feast of Christ the King, how we can understand that Jesus is the King? Of course, in the Bible we have many occasions, my dear friends, where we can really see who is the real king of the world. The real king of the world is someone like in the following words which I can narrate. In the Old Testament we see that the King Solomon, who was a wise king, he is praised like anything by all the people, and he was asked by God, what do you want to be the king? Then he is saying, I want to have a heart which can hear. That means a heart which is hearing the silent words of the people, the silent agony of the people, the silent suffering of the people. So my dear friends, here we can see that Jesus is really king because he is really hearing the sufferings of the people. Especially we can see what he was speaking about the Sermon on the Mount, where he say, blessed are those who are poor, blessed are those who are suffering, blessed are those who are having agony. Blessed are those who are having a good heart and all these things. That means Jesus was really a person who was seeing the silent agony, silent situation of the people. Not only that, he is giving them priority in the kingdom of God. For example, he is saying, blessed are those who are poor because the kingdom of God is belonging to them. So like that, he is giving a wonderful gift to the people who are really silently suffering in the world. So King Solomon asked for a heart which can hear. This we can find 100% in the person of Jesus, my dear friends. And secondly, Jesus is having righteousness. He is fighting for the justice. Especially in the gospel, we can see that a woman was caught because of adultery, and people want to stone her to death, and Jesus is telling them, if anyone is not sinful, then you can stone her. That means he was not frightened, he was always for justice, my dear friends. That is why he was always speaking for the justice, and he was also someone who is really taking his effort to bring justice. For example, he is cleaning the temple, he is chasing away all the merchants, all the people who are making the temple unholy, and just because of his righteousness, my dear friends. And thirdly, we can see that Jesus is having courage. He is courageous to speak in front of anyone, my dear friends, because a king should be someone who cannot be just covered. He should speak with might. So even in front of the Pilate, he is saying that, who has told you that I am the king? That means he is strongly, even at the end of his life, my dear friends, very strongly speaking against the mighty people in the world, and he is telling what he is. And he is saying, yes, my kingdom is something which is actually for the poor, for the oppressed and so on, in front of the greatest king of that time in Israel. In all these cases, we can see that Jesus is the king. Because Jesus is the king for the poor and oppressed. He is the king for the people who are not having anything to say in this world, my dear friends. So in that way, when we celebrate the King's feast, then we can also see that we are also the sons and daughters of this Christ the King. That means if we do according to the will of this King, then we can establish the kingdom which Jesus has started 2000 years ago. So I invite you with me together to establish the kingdom in our own ways, in our own days, that kingdom of Jesus Christ will be coming through us. I wish you all the best, and let us try our best so that the Christ the King is our King, and we'll go on his paths and redeem this world through his deeds, through his virtues. All the best, my dear friends. Bye-bye.